What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I went to this new restaurant called Seared in Atlanta. It's in Colony Square, and that was my first time tasting seared octopus. But I have really been wanting to try to cook this seared octopus and kind of put it in like a rotation of a certain dish that I can, like if I'm just wanting to cook, if I want to like entertain, and I say, okay, we're gonna have seared octopus, I want to be ready for that. So I'm gonna go, I've seen octopus in Whole Foods, but I've seen like the entire little mini whole octopus. That is a little bit beyond me. So I did look up to see that they just had the tentacles, but I really only kind of want like 2 tentacles, because I can already kind of see this where my stomach is not really settled to, be looking at raw octopus. So that's what we're gonna do today. Yeah, let's go. And I'm just looking because I don't really have, dang it, missed that turn. So I just have to go to the next slide. I don't really have the capacity to cook the octopus. I just want to see if they have it, and if they have it, then I can go ahead and start prepping and making sure, like I just have like all the right tools. I know I've looked up how to cook octopus. To me, as I was looking at the directions, it seems very similar to how you would cook pig feet, and I love cooking pig feet. Like, I love eating pig feet. I'm country, y'all. And it basically tender, so you really just gotta let it simmer and boil. And then once you do that, that's when you start to season the meat and sear it or grill it, however you're gonna cook it. But I just kind of want to see what I'm working, like what I need to be working with, because I really want to wrap my mind around making sure I cook it correctly. Because one, I do not want to get sick, because I got food poisoning from eating oysters at a restaurant. So I'm really cautious about seafood, and I just don't want to, make seafood at my own house and get my own self sick, especially around something that this is my first time cooking, octopus. So that's why I really want to plan this out. So they have the octopus, like raw tentacles, already frozen in the frozen food section that you can get. And now that I see that, that scares me. It's like, okay, Charmaine, you can cook it now if you want to. This is cooked with confidence from the ocean. But it's like, y'all, I'm scared now. So I got all of my ingredients. I went with the octopus that was frozen. It was already cooked. So the only thing that I will have to do is just sear it, like season it and sear it. They had the other one in there with the raw tentacles, which you all already kind of saw. But listen, I'm just not in the mood for no raw octopus. I had to give myself, like I said yesterday, I had to give myself just a little bit of time to get my thoughts together around how I was gonna do this octopus. I'm not really quite sure how many are in here, but I left it in the refrigerator for a little while, and I'm gonna try to unthaw it. I'm gonna try to unthaw it and see what that gives me. But for right now, that's how it comes. So yeah, y'all just stick with me here, okay? All right, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna put those on. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I add in some salt, because I really like the Himalayan pink salt. Then I'm also going to add in some pepper. So I'm just gonna allow that to cook, like I said, and then just make sure I get the mashed potatoes to where they're ready to serve. I don't think it's gonna take very long to sear the octopus. So now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and get like the marinade together. I did look this up on the internet, and you know how it is when you look stuff up on the internet. I did a screenshot of the ingredients so that I could buy them in the grocery store really quick. And now I can't go back and find the actual website where I got them from to see how much of the seasonings and all of that I put in the marinade. So I feel like I'm a little advanced, you know, chef. Not really. I just gave myself way too much credit. No, it has to have like olive oil in there. I know I don't want it to be saturated in olive oil. So we're just gonna see, you know, because guess what? This is my kitchen and I can do what I want. So let's go ahead and make that particular marinade. See here, the octopus is kind of thawed out. So right now I see that I have 2 tentacles. It was 2 tentacles in the bag. And so since those tentacles, I mean, they're not big, but they are of good size, I think I'm just gonna go with trying to do maybe like a half a cup of the liquid ingredients here. So the liquid ingredients include olive oil in there. Then there was red wine vinegar. That smells really good. So I'm gonna put that in there. I was gonna get fresh lemon juice, but I just kind of wanted to make sure that it had actually like the right taste in there. So I don't think I'm gonna put a half a cup of lemon juice in there because I think that would be too acidic, like a tablespoon or teaspoon in there. I'm just gonna go with putting a teaspoon because I feel like I can add in maybe just a second teaspoon. Because we are just winging this. Putting in some salt. I'm gonna add in some pepper there. It said to add in chili flakes. I am not a person that likes spicy, so I'm going to watch how much of this I add in there because I don't like spicy food. There's that. I'm actually going to add in some Old Bay blackened season just because it is seafood. So I like the way Old Bay gives a nice flavor to food. And then I'm going to add in minced garlic. A few little dips there. I'm going to add parsley. But I'm going to add parsley and cilantro because I really like the way cilantro tastes with seafood. But I'm going to add these like right at the very end just to give it a fresh flavor. So I'm going to mix all of those together. All right. There is the octopus that came out of the bag there. I'm going to sit this in the marinade that I have. But before I do that, remember I said I was going to save just a little bit of the juice that came in the bag so that can give it just a little bit of flavor because it smells really good. I'm pleasantly surprised that this juice smells so good. I'm going to whisk some of that in there just so it can kind of keep some of its natural flavors. Look at me. I think I know what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm just going to actually just put some seasoning on the octopus here. Make sure, oh Lord, y'all, I don't know if I can eat this. Oh my Lord. This is a bit much. This is starting to get real. This is starting to get real, okay? So I got some pepper on there. I'm gonna put a little Old Bay on there. This is getting real, honey. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit those in there and let those just marinate. That way it can get some flavor in there. Flavor on there. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get my mashed potatoes going. I like to put in garlic herb butter by Kerrygold. This is my absolute favorite brand of butter to cook with. Of that. And I like to add in the evaporated milk in my mashed potatoes. So I'm gonna pour that in there. Start mashing those down. There are my mashed potatoes. I'm going to turn those up just a little bit so they can cook just a little more to try to get that evaporated milk in there. Now it's come to the time that we've been waiting for. Okay. All right. So let me get my thoughts together here. I don't want to do too much. I don't want to do too much. Let me try to get myself situated. All right, so we're gonna simmer or sear these just kind of like on a medium heat. Sitting in just a little olive oil. I am going to just grease this pan with just a little butter. My octopus. I'm just going to turn my heat down just a little bit just so I'm not cooking the meat too high on high. I'm also just taking some of that marinade and adding it to the pan just so that the octopus can kind of sit and grill in there as well. But y'all, I'm not even going to lie, it smells so good. I know it looks kind of eerie because it's literally octopus tentacles, but it smells so delicious. I'm actually a little proud of myself right now. So look at that. That is gorgeous. So I'm going to let that just kind of sit off the heat for a little while. So I'm going to start out with just putting a little bit of the mashed potatoes right in the center here. Can you see the octopus? How beautiful. How beautiful is that? Just so I can get my nerves up here, I'm going to plate the two smallest pieces. Add my asparagus right here to the side. A little parsley. Give it some pretty color. And there you have it. So how about that? How gorgeous and pretty is that? Now it's time to do a taste test. But I am so proud of myself. Like, are you kidding me? Look at that. That looks so professional. Look at me. If I invite you over and I say we're gonna have seared octopus, don't be scared. I know what I'm doing. All right, YouTube, that's the end of my video. I really hope that you like this video. I hope that you actually try to cook some seared octopus. I would recommend, if they have the one that's already cooked, for you to kind of move on and do the searing and seasoning at home. I would recommend doing that. If you've never cooked octopus before, because this was super, super, super easy. And maybe I'll try to go back and get the raw tentacles and see how that works out with me simmering and doing all of that. But for right now, honey, we have a formula, we have a plan, and that's going and getting the already cooked octopus. So if you like this video, please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.